Okay, I believe we're live. I might chat up and everything, so we should be good to go. I'm actually going to adjust my mic very slightly. Okay, that should be good. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome back to creating the Pokemon Yellow sprites in Minecraft. Last time we actually managed to do 2 evolution lines, being Spearow and Ekans, and now hopefully we can continue that trend with doing the Pikachu evolution line and the Sandshrew line. Yeah, I don't think there's any more preliminary that I wanted to do. So let's just do it. Pikachu, I'm surprisingly, like when I was getting the sprite and everything, I did not realize how little yellow there was in it. Like usually, like the Pikachu sprites, and I'm used to seeing the Gen 2 one since I've been playing that a lot recently, is that it's very yellow, but this one has a lot of white. I think even the red and blue one has a lot of white, has a lot of yellow. But either way, we're going to be using the same blocks as we did for the Weedle line. Because that's just, it uses the same colors. That's all there is to it. This time, oh hello Lunadium. There you go. Nice to have you in here. Hopefully you'll like my selection of soundtrack this time around. We have the Omori soundtrack playing. Oh, turn my mic up a little bit? Yeah, I can do that. How's that? Is that better? I'm gonna have to bring my chat back up. That should be better. I'll kind of wait. Okay, awesome. Well, hopefully for people that go back and watch the other VODs, it's not too quiet for them, but I mean, at least it's fine now. And we're already getting out of my view, so I might have to go over. But we're actually like almost to the top of Pikachu already. Like it's kind of like so much of Pikachu is like just like the body, and it's just like white. But we have one of its arms right here. This sprite, I feel, is gonna look a bit like kind of strange next to the other ones, and I think that's because are those hearts? Is that you? I can't see if like anyone's setting them. I just see them popping up. I've never seen that before. But thank you nonetheless, if that is you. Okay. I was really confused. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. But I think that this sprite is gonna look a little odd compared to all the other ones. Just because this Pikachu sprite was not only used for in battle for yellow, but it was also used as like at least I think it was used for like the interaction thing when you would like, you know, like try to raise its friendship or whatever. So it's like, it's technically like, I don't want to say more detailed because it's like, it's still like the same dimensions and still uses the same like color parameters, but yeah. Okay, so those are its arms. I want to go across here, so I'm actually no. I was going to zoom in, but actually I don't need to zoom in because I could see that it actually lines up with that orange up there. And then that should go like that. That's perfect. And then there's two yellow here, and then 2 yellow here. Okay. That goes to the bottom. Okay. So, I wanted to make a revision on something I said not only last time, but the time before that. where I was talking about when I eventually do the Gen 2 sprites, what I'm going to do exactly, because gold and silver have different sprites. So like my conclusion was that I was just gonna like do it based on the Pokemon and maybe do a vote and stuff like that. I did not realize that Crystal, like, I know that Crystal has like its own sprites or whatever, like they're like the animated ones. I didn't realize that they actually differed from the gold ones. I thought the ones in Crystal were just the gold ones, but animated. But that's actually not the case. And actually some of them like change color schemes, and some of them like have slightly different design changes. So I think that pretty much makes it definitive that I'm going to be doing the Crystal ones. So it makes my life a lot easier. Because it's like, you know, it's like the most updated designs and stuff, which I didn't even know that. Like some of them, I guess some of the sprites in gold and silver, like some of the Pokemon were like slightly discolored on purpose. I cannot see how far up that goes. Were slightly discolored because like the game, it was technically released for the Game Boy Color, but it was still able to be played on a regular Game Boy. So it needed to, like, the Pokemon sprites needed to be a certain color to, like, I guess match the, like, monochromatic color palette if you played with that. So when they switched to Crystal, though, Crystal is... Okay, good, that's lined up. Crystal is Game Boy... What? What did I just say? Game Boy Color only. So they didn't have to worry about that limitation. So I actually, that's something that I just learned. Like, that's not something that's been like rattling around in my brain. I found that out pretty recently. I think in like the last week or so. But Pikachu is like, it's really like kind of coming along. Like, it's anything that hasn't been filled in down here yet, like that's all just white. All of it's white. We're gonna go over to the tail now and like specifically focus on that, and then we'll go to the top of the head and do that. Oops. And then this is the furthest right it goes, and then this goes all the way up, and that goes like that, and then has some yellow that lines the tail. Like, the best way I could describe this Pikachu sprite is like it's blinding. Like you'll really get to see it once it's done, but it's kind of crazy. Also, I could do part of the side of the head here just because I can see it from when I'm zoomed in on the tail. Okay. And then, okay, let me scroll up a bit now, and we have, we're gonna do one of the ears, which there's like some, like the only use of yellow here is like just like the occasional kind of like highlights. And then down. And then that's like it for yellow up here. And then goes 3. And then the black kind of like lines that, and then the orange relines it. And then we can work our way over from here. Oops. 3, 4, 5. It's a good song. I don't remember what it is, but it's a good one. I don't even know if this is real world or Headspace. Small anecdote on Omori. Omori, I plan to give it a video eventually. But not yet. It'll get one eventually. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. It's a good game. then this goes down a bit. And uh-oh. Did what am I looking at here? Hold on. Okay, no, this just goes in. And then I think I did make a small error though. Yeah, okay. This is where the error is. It's just right here. And then 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Look at that. I didn't panic. Also, I don't know how I messed that up, but I didn't panic and I got through the problem very easily. Today though, moving around, like flying around, I'm feeling extra slippery. But what's kind of crazy is that the rest of Pikachu is just filling now, filling with white. It's, like I said, it's gonna look weird, but it's the Sprite, so. And like for this one, I didn't like, for like a second I thought about using the red and blue one, but it would have just looked even weirder in my opinion. So this is what we got. It'll look normal in Gen 2, I promise. It'll look like it's not getting special treatment. I have always been pretty neutral on the Pikachu line. Like obviously it's the mascot, so it's like, you know. I've always liked Raichu though, especially Alolan Raichu. So I guess I do have like a soft spot for the Pikachu line in general. And I will talk more about Raichu when I'm actually working on it. But, like, doesn't this just seem wrong? Like, I don't know. Like, it'll look better once it's completed, but it's just like, I don't know. I just think it's like jarring. Also, I'm gonna make sure that like there is no extra detail anywhere, but no, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, this it's weird. It's really weird. It looks like a ghost Pikachu. That's empty. That's it's air. I'll say this though, even though I've played through Yellow at least twice, and I don't think I think both times I boxed the Pikachu. And same thing with Let's Go Pikachu. I played Let's Go Pikachu once, and I boxed the Pikachu. I typically only like using fully evolved stuff, and also it's like, I like to, if I can, I would like to transfer the Pokemon out, and you can't transfer the starter or, oops, I threw that on accident, or the partner Pikachu, so it's just like, what's the point? Like, I feel bad for not leveling up, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't want to use it, so. I'm glad that they at least give you that option, like, they don't force it to be in your party. Even though, like, in Yellow, like, it definitely does, like, make you feel bad about it. And I guess in Let's Go, like, it always stays with you, like your partner Pokemon does, so it's like, there's no real harm there. It could just be like, you can just say, well, this is my partner Pokemon, but, like, it doesn't like battling, so. Miss Lunadium, if you're still here, how does the music sound? Is it like a good volume? I turned it up a little bit from last stream. So if you're still here, I'd like to know. That's great. Are you just vibing out with the Omori stuff? I know you're like kind of eagerly awaiting the video, but it's still gonna be a while. Okay, nice. Okay. Filling in his forehead. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Pikachu. And I think the further you zoom out, like the less cursed it looks. But there's our, like, it looks like you just like you took a photo with flash. Like, that's what it looks like, in my opinion. But I think he looks pretty good. So, yeah. From there, we'll be moving on to Raichu, which should just take a couple clicks for me to set up. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There it is on the screen, and I can now see it. And I have it starting down here. Same color scheme. I really don't know if there's another instance of like a Pokemon like Butterfree where it doesn't, but either way, here we go. We got, what is that, 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. It's really hard to determine these sometimes. Raichu's actually a bit bigger than I thought, but it shouldn't be, it's not too bad. Although it does start out pretty busy with the tail. Oh, I just realized I cannot see my chat. I have to remember to do that. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why it looks like that. How many? 3 and then... And then... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, like, oh, Jesus. That's my bad. Excuse me. It's like tail is like pretty big. And this starts to go up. I'm gonna try to focus mainly on the tail at first. Oops, that's the wrong color. That's also the wrong color. And actually, that was the wrong color. Okay. We're okay here. And this goes up like that. Okay. So, Raichu, I'll try to focus on both my conversation with myself and this the best I can. But when it gets to the busier sections, I tend to accidentally focus on one side of what I'm doing rather than both. But Raichu, like I said, I really like Raichu. It's probably my, what is that, 5? Yeah. It's probably my second favorite electric type in Gen 1. Well, actually, because I do quite like Jolteon. So maybe it's either 2 or 3. I don't know for sure. I think regular Raichu, I think it's probably number 3. If you like compare to a Alolan, like Jolteon to a Alolan Raichu, I think I like Alolan Raichu more. But I've used Raichu in a couple playthroughs. I don't know how many actually, but it's been a handful. I think I've always ended up using it, like at least the normal one, in Fire Red and Leaf Green playthroughs. I don't think I've ever used it in anything other than that. And I have always quite liked it. Yeah, it's just like it's a solid Pokemon. I mean, obviously it stays a Pikachu for like quite a while, but I don't think that's much of a problem because Pikachu is like okay on its own. This is 3. This is 4. Wait a minute. What the heck is going on here? Okay, I see what I did. I started focusing on a different section. This part is still normal. And then this is like this. Okay. I really confused myself and that was almost bad. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Raichu definitely has a lot more yellow. Still a lot of white, but I think the white is like more of an accent here, at least a little bit. then, okay. And we got its belly to, or not its belly, it's like the, I don't know, the middle of its foot. The lowest point is right here. Also, I really like this track from Omori. It's Sproutmo Village, and I really like the Sproutmo. So, yeah. Okay, well that's like the foot. And then we can kind of like fill this in here a bit. That's 3, that's 2. And then this kind of goes in an L shape, and then this is just filling. Let's actually get back to the tail, like I said I was originally going to do. Okay, and then it's just like this pattern, like going up a bit. We have another one of these, except it's 3 black. And then it goes up against the wall. And I don't know how far up that is. That's 8. That's 8 up for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goes over 1. That should be right, and I will try to test it as soon as possible. This goes down 4. And then like that, and like that. And then that should line up with that. Yep, okay, perfect. We got 3 orange diagonals and 4 black diagonals, and that connects with that perfectly. We'll do the little yellow bit right here quick. Lovely. And then we got a yellow right there. And then some yellow right there. That should be good. Fill that. There we go. And then up here we have a little weird orange shape. Oops. Actually, that was correct. And then there's 1 yellow up here. Something that always trips me up is like when they use the lighter color on the outside, because usually they just reserve that for like the detail, but every now and then they'll throw a curveball at you. Down, and kind of like a U shape, and that goes down to there. Okay, and there's a lot of orange there, but I'll leave that for now. Then we have some orange right here, like that. Orange right there, yellow under both of them, yellow under that one, then 3 yellow here, and where am I looking? Yellow right here. We actually have another, yeah, okay, cool. And that's going to be all white. And then this right here goes like that. And this connects over to here like that. It's kind of awkward, honestly. And then from here, this goes up a little bit diagonally. That's too high up. Yeah. Perfect. 3, 4, 5, and then a little L. Okay, and this is all yellow. I may as well fill it in because it's not like much. And that should be, yeah, okay, that's all good. That's yellow, and that's white. So I will leave all those for now. And then up here, we're starting to like work up towards the belly. I mean, I guess we're technically above it right here, in a way. We yellow right there, and then this is all white across. And then everything in here is white. So that's just like the belly. What's right here? It's a piece of black. Okay. So I think we're ready to look at a different part of him. So let's do the back of the tail. Let's do the back of the tail and then like the back, the stripes on his back. That's what I'm trying to say. So give that, okay. Black. And then the reverse. We got some orange here. And this is like a 2x3. This is like black right here. Should go like that. And I think that goes at 3. I'll leave that for a minute, so I could fill in like the detail work around it. Orange down there. See, this goes down to 4 diagonally, and then that's 2 diagonally. Okay. Oh my god, that goes diagonally like quite a lot. So actually, maybe we'll go down here and work our way up. Okay, what am I looking at here? Okay, so this is like the top part, and there's a 2 gap. It kind of does like the reverse of like up there. And this is all black right here. And this is all black down here. Okay. And then this goes out 3 from here. And then orange. And then this goes 1 past, another orange. Got 3 there. And then now we have the sort of like the orange diagonal here, which this should just go up until it's in line with this. And then this should just go up like that. Okay, so this should just be filled in with black. And then this just goes straight down. We have an orange right here. Yeah, okay. And then all black right here. Lovely. Okay. That took probably the most focus that I will need to put towards this stream. And now there's 2 of these here. This goes over. This is one of the stripes on its back. Then this, I don't know what that part is. This leads to the other stripe, which you can't see as well because it kind of gets obscured. And 2 up. Okay. And that's all I can see for now, so I'm gonna have to move it. I'll zoom in a little bit too, because I can't see super well otherwise. Okay. Where am I looking? Okay, I see where I am. Okay. And then the cheek is over here. And Raichu's cheeks are a lot bigger. That's one of them. You actually can't see the other one too well. You can see a little bit of it though. And then this is the mouth. 5? I think this is 5. Yeah. And I can't see much beyond that. So we will do the other eye. Then, bam. Okay, there's one of the eyes. Perfect. And then, I guess I'll work my way up from here. Did I do all this from here? I did. Okay, cool. And then work our way up. And that goes up like that. And this kind of just gets filled in down here. This is part of the one of the ears. Okay. We're almost like as far this way as it's gonna get. This is like the little like thing that hangs off of its ear. Like it's still part of it, but I don't know what you want to call it. And then here we go. Then I can't, I'm gonna have to scroll for that, but I won't do it right now. Because I will, that's the nose right here. I can go over, yeah. That goes all the way to there, to where this orange goes. See that it at least does something like this. And okay. Actually, I can't really see what's there. I know that this is white, and that's it. Alright, let's look at the rest of this ear. We go this way, we get 3. Okay, and then we got like a little Y out of the orange. And then this is not the highest it goes because the other ear actually goes a little higher. You got 5, then orange, yellow, and orange, yellow right here, and then 4 orange. And then here, right here, we have 2 orange. Another orange there. That goes 3 up. Another one there. And another one there. And then everything to the left of the orange is just black. And then everything in here is yellow. Okay, we can work our way over a little bit, because now I can see this a bit better. How many? Okay, yeah, 2 of those, and then this is the ceiling, right? Okay, good. I'm just always, I will never forget the Raticate situation, so just want to make sure that everything's going according to plan. I can't quite see how far down that goes, but I do see that its eye actually connects up with its ear, which is kind of odd, but I guess it's because the eye is like on the side. And I got that right. I can't really see anymore, so I'm going to slide this over. Okay. What are we looking at here? So that goes down to there. This all gets filled in with black. And then here, and then fill it in with black in between. Perfect. And then now going down to like the hand over here. And like a little L. And like that. 2 up. And then an M. 1 black surrounded by orange. And then it also happens on the side here, because I'm assuming these are like, it's like fingers. And then black right here, and here, here. And oh wow, I do not think that was English. So the M gets pushed against a little bit, and then the rest of that is yellow. Is that? I think that's all the outlining stuff. Did I get the... There's like a hidden piece of yellow that I gotta make sure I get, which is right here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, so the outline is all done, so now we just gotta fill in. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in all the white first, and then I'm gonna do the yellow, so that I don't accidentally, like, start filling in the wrong sections. Actually, there's yellow right here. There's just 1 piece of yellow. Yeah, that's something I missed. I'm glad I caught that. Anyway, so, yeah, I used Raichu a couple times on my playthroughs. Mostly just, like, Gen 3, like, Fire Red, Leaf Green. And it's always been, like, consistently, like, pretty good. You can learn, like, Brick Break. And it could also learn Dig. And I think in my playthrough for the video I did on Fire Red and Leaf Green where I used a Raichu, I taught it, I think it was, I want to say it was like Light Screen. I think I taught it Light Screen, so I could deal with like Alakazam a bit more easily, like Alakazam, like Gengar. Well, I guess Gengar wouldn't really be something to do with especially in Gen 3, but yeah, mainly like Alakazam and stuff, because I did not have not only did I not have a good answer for like psychic types in my Fire Red Leaf Green playthrough, 3 of my members were weak to it, being Venusaur, Hitmonlee, and Poliwrath, and then Rhydon had miserable special defense, so he wouldn't like do great either. So it's basically down to Raichu and Dragonite, which I didn't even have Dragonite the first Elite Four run. I only had Dragonair, at least I think. Actually, I just realized there's a little bit of yellow down here, but it's not. I see why I missed it though, just because like it's not a lot for it to really be an issue if I accidentally filled it in with the other color, which I did. Go like that. And okay, so the rest, anything else that's filled in is yellow. And then talking about Alolan Raichu, because there are no Alolan Raichu sprites, so I will almost certainly never build it. I have used it once in my original playthrough of Sun, and I remember really liking it. I remember it being a pain, because you could find a Pichu on Route 1 or whatever, and I remember it taking like forever, like it took so long, but finding it was the worst part. Once I got it, it was fine. I'm missing something here, right? There's definitely something. No, nothing. Okay, nothing going on there. Yeah, okay. It just looks like it should have something, but it doesn't. Yeah, and it's like, I love that it's like a psychic type, because like there's not many psychic types that I really resonate with. Like, I like Metagross a lot, but it's like, what games can you use a Metagross in? Where it's not like locked to post game, or like not going to be fully evolved by the time you beat the game. Like Espeon's pretty cool. It's not like, not my favorite, but no. I like Reuniclus, whatever you want to call it, Gen 5. Although I've never used it on a team before. At least, I don't think I have, but I want to. So yeah, basically I don't get a lot of opportunities to use psychic types that I like, so I very much enjoyed using Alolan Raichu. I mean, like, psychic types are weird because, like, the main thing is just, like, click psychic and when you get it, that is, I guess. But, I mean, usually psychic types can learn, like, you know, ghost moves and sometimes dark moves and stuff like that. Oh, I broke one of the blocks. I don't know if I've ever done that as a mistake. I've broken the glass before, but yeah. It's even less of a big deal though, because I had the block ready to go right there. Yeah, so you can definitely tell that Raichu uses a lot more yellow than Pikachu. Actually, like, it doesn't use much white at all, and it very much kind of uses white the same way I think Charizard does. Where it just uses it kind of like a, hey, this is where, like, the sun's hitting it. So, yeah, whereas Pikachu is just blinded. Did I do the other ear? I did. Okay, well, I guess the other ear is, like, just basically black. So. Okay, and that is Raichu. We're looking pretty good here. It's funny, like, I mean, it looks similar enough to Pikachu, but it's, like, just the contrast between, like, Pikachu being all white and then Raichu being mostly yellow is kind of funny, but... There we go. That's the Pikachu line done with. And guess what? I'm not ready to end the stream yet. We are going to do the next... yes, I agree. I agree, Luna. And for the better, that is. Next, we're going to finish off the 2-stage evolution lines. At least for now. With the Sandshrew line. So there's the man of the hour, and I gotta pull my chat back up. There we go. So, as you might see in my inventory, for Sandshrew we are using the same color scheme as the birds, because it's very brown and like orange Pokemon. So yeah, it's gonna be brown concrete and orange terracotta for both of them. Both Sandshrew and Sandslash. I might get confused sometimes because these colors are very similar, and that's what happened with the other like evolution lines that use those. Also, something that's gonna trip me up a lot is that the background I used for the ground types looks like the brown concrete, like almost like blends in with it. So, it might look a little jarring, at least like while I'm making it, but it should hopefully kind of come together better like once it's like done. Sandshrew is like very compressed. Like it's just like it's gonna have so much going on, but it's not gonna be that big. Because, like, it's also, like, kind of tucked into a ball, as you can see. So, it's, like, it's going to be kind of hard to, like, talk about when I'm working on certain parts of it. Because it's, like, right here, this is, like, its eye already. So, it's, like, it's definitely not, like, the traditional sprite. Like, a little pyramid there. Something like that. And then... There's just so many color changes. I'm gonna try to like keep up with them, but I might also just try to like stick with like one color at a time and then go back and fill in the other ones. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes across, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the other eye right here, along with like the pattern on its head. How far does that go up? There's another 3 after that, so. And then this goes all the way to be like that. And then brown, brown, brown. Brown, brown. 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 More brown. What's going on here? Okay, that's like that. Why is that like that? I don't know. That was weird. Yeah, okay. I don't know why that was like that. I'll do a little orange just to kind of break up the kind of like dull colors. And we got some white. Sandshrew's actually got a decent amount of white on it. So I think that'll also help break up the brown a bit. Some more orange. This actually is kind of like sectioning off a white portion. There's not going to be a lot of filling. Like, I'm probably going to do a lot of the filling in along the way this time because there aren't large sections where it's like I can just leave that open and then fill it in. And then one brown up there. That goes like that. Black. And that lines that. Oops. And we have like what looks like a claw right here. And that goes up a lot. I'm not going to worry about how far that goes up. Let's go back to working on the eye right here, because that's exciting. That surrounds that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Okay, well, there we go. The eye's done. Well, I mean, I guess there's like the bordering around the eye. And then that just lines that up. Cool. But it will help me also determine where the black goes up here. Where's the... Okay, yeah. I was looking for the 4. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes like that. And then 1 brown here. And then this just lines it. And then some brown and black lining up here. And this goes down 4. And that should line up with the bottom of that. And it does. Cool. And then we got some white in here. Kind of like a M with a long, like one long side. And then filled in with the orange. Yeah, but Sandshrew just has so many like sectioned off parts of itself that it's like I'm constantly. It's gonna be like constant, like changing up in what block I'm using. And this goes down to right here. Honestly, when it comes to Sandshrew itself, I don't really have a lot to say about it. Like, I never use it on a team. I think it's cute, but like, I've always passed it up for like other ground types. Like in Gen 1, I would rather like I like Rhydon more. I don't know if I like Dugtrio more. I have used Dugtrio on a team. But that was like the first time I had ever used it was in my Let's Go playthrough. I've never used a Sandslash, so I don't much to say about it. I like the Alolan forms too, but I've never used them either. But yeah, I mean it's cute. I think it's like kind of one of the more underrated Gen 1 Pokemon. I think it definitely like it's definitely like some people's favorites. Like, I don't think it's like hated or whatever, but definitely think that it's not talked about as much as like your typical like Gen 1 favorite. And this is filled in. Yeah, okay. What are we looking like here? Let's fill this in. I want to like for Sandshrew to kind of track my progress better. I want to be like filling in as much as I can as soon as I can. And then right here is orange. Oops. This is actually brown right here, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, and then we got some orange right here. And then the rest of that's brown. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see the vision. I'm starting to see it. I can't see much of the rest of this. I can see like that it goes up a little bit right here. And that goes up a little bit. And we got that. Is this... No, okay. That's not sectioned off yet. Because this goes over. And then this goes up 3. This should be back 1 because these each are bookended by brown. Okay, and there's 3 of this here. Some more shine and brown. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And that's okay. That's brown up there. More filling in to do. Got orange right here, and then I think there's gonna be more orange on the head. I definitely think this one is like, even as I'm doing it, if you're like paying attention to like what it looks like, I don't think that I think it's gonna be kind of hard to see it coming together until like it's finished. The urge to hum along with this track is so great, but I'm resisting. And then this kind of crosses each other. And then I can't really see beyond that. Okay. First time I'm actually going to have to move it. But you can kind of see it coming together there. This is kind of like, it feels like a bit of a gauntlet, but like I've actually done like, we're not too far from the end of Sandshrew. Oh, dang. The vibe switched up really quick, but I am here for it. And that goes one below it. And wait. Okay, that's like that. Okay, cool. And that's 4 actually, that goes up like that. And that keeps going up. I can't see the top of that yet, but that's okay. That's 2. It's like that. I completely lost my place. Okay, I found it. And then this is all filled in with orange. Black right here. And then more orange filling. Orange filling right here. Orange filling right here. And orange filling right here. Yeah, okay, he's coming along. He's coming along. Let's focus on just like the top right for now. So that I don't like keep like sweeping across. And this right here is tied with the peak, so it does not get any taller than that. So that's like the tip of the tail. And then that goes up like that. Okay, and then we got some more orange filling. Sandslash is probably going to be a little bit similar to this, but it's not curled up, it's just like standing there, but it does have like the spines on its back. The quills, I guess, what do you call it? So, yeah, I don't think it'll be like as crazy. So that is the peak, and like we have nothing else to do at the peak. And this is kind of like an M. Like that. Yeah. And then we got some brown around it. Another orange fill-in section. Then where, okay. So easy to get lost when working on this one. And that's like that. Little square right here. Diagonally. Now I'm going to need to scroll over, but there's not much left to do. Because, what is it, right here? That goes up like that. Like that. So that rounds that out nicely. And that goes up like that. And obviously the white is not the border. 2, 3, 4. Then where does the extra black go? The extra black goes right here? Yeah. And then 2 of that. Little L right there. Brown right here. Oops. Well, that's Sandshrew, I believe. Yes, that's Sandshrew done. It's like, it's kind of like weirdly anticlimactic because it's not like a big like kind of spot of just me filling stuff in. But I think it looks pretty good. Thankfully, I don't think the like brown blends in too much with the background afterwards. Like I said, I definitely think that like you just kind of need to see the entire thing. So yeah, that's Sandshrew. So without further ado, let's get on to the last one of the stream. That being Sandslash. Sandslash is like definitely a little bit bigger, but like I said, it's less busy overall. And with Sandslash, we're actually going to be starting from the bottom right corner, and I just realized that I can't see my chat. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, we're starting from the bottom right corner. We're starting with its foot. It's just standing up, so it's like, it's a lot easier. It should be a lot easier to follow. Same color scheme as Sandshrew. And I don't think, like, it uses a lot more white. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. And that goes all the way across. That's 4. That goes diagonal. 2, 3, 4. This actually goes along the bottom. I don't know why I didn't do this part first, but got some white here. I definitely think there might be some sections with this one where I kind of wait to fill it all in, mainly like the stomach, because the stomach's just like nothing but white. But besides that, it'll just kind of vary. Because Sandslash may be less busy than Sandshrew, but it still is busy. This, I'm getting myself confused. Do that, and then this is all white. Right? Does that look right? Yes, okay. And then this is all orange. Let's build this out so we can work on the, like, it's like hand connects with its foot, so this part is like the hand, and then this part is like the foot. So, because it's like kind of like, its arms are mostly resting. Like resting, but also like it's kind of like at a ready stance, so it's like ready to fight. Oops. That connects with there nicely. This stuff here, there's definitely a fair bit like less orange this time. I think just because it's kind of like it has to share the limelight with white. No, that goes up there. What's going on here? This should actually be like, not like that, but like that. And they're each only 3 tall. That lines up with that. Because that's supposed to be brown right there. Goes like that. Okay, so I think I just went up 1 too high. Okay. One, two, three, four. And that's, yeah, that's connected like that. This is lined by brown. 2, 2, and then 2. Yeah, brown right here. Brown right here. And brown right here. That's all right there. No, that's black right there, actually. And then this goes all the way over. No, it doesn't. This is brown right here. Okay. And that's like a little staircase. That's not right. It should be like that. Oh, because that's like up like that. Okay, I see. Yeah, okay, much better. And this is just like completely surrounded by black. I can't see all of it, but two, and then this just goes all the way down. And that goes like that, but it's completely like surrounded by black. And then right here, there is some more brown. Okay, and then black to the right. Yep. Black right there. Oops, that's the wrong color. We actually have some orange here. This is right below the mouth. That, yeah, okay, that goes up like that. Hopefully I could bring this around and connect it. And that goes down for a while, so that's gonna have to wait. Oh, I'm saying bring this down and connect it, but I didn't do anything over here yet. Okay, well, you know what? Why don't we change that? Got 2, 2, diagonal 3. Do a little bit of detailing on the belly. And that's right there. Now we're working our way down to the foot, the other foot. Okay, yeah, we're still looking good here. And then this orange is right there. And then we got one right there as well. Got a decent amount of white here, so I'm going to try to do that when I can. Yeah. I also have like 4 diagonal black. And then orange kind of lines it. Same thing with right here. And then at the top of here, it's more brown. should connect right up. Wow. So actually I was right about like connecting it or whatever. It just didn't go the exact order I thought it would be, but and then it should be at 4. And then that makes an L. There's one brown in here. Brown at the end of there. And then a little bit of orange there. Orange there. And then the rest of this is white. Because this is its hand claw. And like this is the other part that I already did right here. I'm going to scroll over just slightly so I can actually see what's right here. Okay. And this goes down until right there. Okay. This is probably one of the things that I'm not going to fill in right away just because it's not like super needed. That goes, okay, yeah. Yeah, because all that's orange. I mean, like, I guess I could, but it's fine. I'm gonna make sure I don't right now. I'm gonna focus on the detail. This should go all the way over. This all right here is just black. There is some orange right here that, like, is kind of like maybe fill-in worthy, but not really. So that connects down there. Brown and orange. And then another brown and orange. And then brown. And then, yeah. That's like a 3x3 square. And then it's lined on the sides and the top. And then 3 right there, 3 right there, and that's just filled in like that. And now, like, that is just all white. I didn't realize that I didn't fill this in, because this is not just like a, just all one color. And that line's that. Okay, now the rest of this is white, but I will fill it in, because there's like barely any of it. To prove my point, it's already done. Okay. You know, I'm going to fill in this orange part right here. Because I really want to, because I filled in the other side, even though it's not as much. Yeah, but honestly, I couldn't tell you many moves that, like, Sandslash learns. Like, I think it probably can learn Earthquake. Dig. Slash. I would hope. That's it. Maybe some normal moves. Like, I don't really know. Alright, we're gonna work on the left side, because we're already here. So that's 4. Go 5. And it comes in 1. It's lined with black. Another one. And then like that. Okay. This goes over a bit. Go over 5. 1, 2, 3. And this is actually one of the eyes. This is the one that you can't see super well. But it's an eye nonetheless. And I may as well do a little bit of stuff around it. It should be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, then 1, and then this is all white. I think there's like another brown right there, and that goes up 3, and then that's like that, and then 2 white, and this is the other eye right here. Like I said, I was doing top left, and then I immediately stop doing the top left. Okay, and now getting back to the left. And then this is that 5? That's 5. Okay. And then leave one gap, and then up 3 diagonally. And then have it go over, fill in the middle, and then connect it down. Lovely. And there's a little bit of white right here. I think this is to signify one of the ears. And I'm working my way up a little bit more than I want to right now, but I will go back down soon here. It's like that, and that's like that. And then I'm just going to fill this in because it's orange and there's not a lot of it. It should look right. Yes, it looks right. Cool. Fill in these gaps. 2, and then some brown. And this should just go along here and connect with that very nicely. And that's like that. This is probably going to be a spot where I leave to fill in at least a little bit. 3 of that, 2 there, and 4 by 4 and 2. I'm just going to fill it in now because I really want to. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, that should be good. I hear sirens outside because they're coming to get me because I keep going back in my word about when I'm going to place blocks in Minecraft. That goes up 4. That goes up 2, and that... Excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. And this goes over and down. You can see that my vision cuts off there, so I can't see anymore. I can see that there's a little bit of brown right here, but yeah, I can't see past that. Okay, and then this kind of follows this up. Yeah, okay. I'm always hesitant when I break blocks on purpose because I don't know if I'm actually doing the right thing. What's right? Oh, okay, it's more brown. And then another brown down here. A little bit of white. Then, like, all of that is basically orange. This is brown right here. I don't know how I missed that. Oops. What did, oh, I put it in my offhand. Okay, that's the F key. You tell I'm not used to... I mean, I play Java Minecraft on mouse and keyboard, but I don't play a lot of mouse and keyboard games. That should be like that and line up with the brown. Yes, it does. Okay. And that goes up. Luna, if you're still here, can I get some rain emojis in the chat for Raintown? At least I think this is Raintown, but I'm pretty sure it is. No, I broke glass. I thought I wasn't going to do it this stream. I thought I was going to make it 2 full streams without breaking glass. Oh my god. I was so close. That's such a shame. But you know what? This looks like a little dinosaur right here, so that makes me feel better. Man, I cannot believe I just did that. Alright, well, either way. I was too focused on Raintown. Alright, let's work on the right side over here, which I... Thank you for the rain emojis. At least that kind of salvages it a little bit. Did I work down here a bit? I didn't really go much further, so I will do that. And this should end up being... Is that 1 away or 2 away? Okay, it's 2 away. I could only see 1, so I was nervous. 2, 3. That lines that. Honestly, the rain emojis were initially for Raintown, but honestly, it's now my mood after I broke the glass block. And this just gets filled in with brown. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Immediate mood change, and I'm here for it. And then black lines this. And this is like just the field of black. Oh, you know, I thought there was black above this, but there actually isn't. That's 4. There's an extra 4 here. An extra 2, an extra 3. Oops. It's like that. Okay. And that's like that. And that's like that. And then that's like that. Okay. So inside here is orange, and then bordering is all black. These are gaps between, they're the spines and then the gaps between them, I guess. Or something like that, I don't know. And then I just want to get the borders down so that I can just kind of fill in. There's that, there's that, there's that. Okay, everything now filled in with black here. Okay, which actually was not that much, but there's some more over here. Where am I looking? Okay, this is like a whole shape. Kind of a chunky M. One, 2, 3. Okay, I get it. Got it. And there's another M right here in white. It's actually like an extended M. Okay, and this goes out significantly to the point of being 1 before that. I'm gonna check that from a different source. Yeah, okay, that's a 2 block gap. And then all this in here is brown. It's not a lot, so I'm just gonna fill it in. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3. This goes for a little bit at least. I'll do the brown first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this should be 4 and this should be 5. 3 there. goes up like that. So I guess that goes... Oh, actually, no. That's just an air block. That's a little awkward, but okay. And then scroll up a little bit. We'll do the top of the head. Did I do... I did partially that side. I may as well continue with it since I'm already like looking over here. I actually got pretty close to the top because... Well, actually that's not the top right there, but it's close. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. 3. And then like that. Okay, cool. That's just brown. And then you have a little square brown. It actually goes up higher than a square. It's like that. Okay, so that's the peak right there. Does not get any higher than that. It goes over 2. It's kind of like a checker pattern. And this goes down a decent bit. So that's 3. This is 3 with that being in the middle. And it also has that one up right there. That's 3. That goes out 2. This goes out 4. And brown right there. Okay. One brown right there. Did I? Okay. Fill this in with brown. And fill this in with orange. Okay, yeah, and this connects down here. That's the face. I will wait to do the rest of that. We'll do the stomach first. Let me just look at it to make sure. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're done with all the detail work, so it's just 2 spots of filling in. Yeah, definitely, Sandslash was like definitely, it was still a bit busy, but it was nowhere compared to Sandshrew. Sandshrew was kind of like, I had to really focus in on it. While this did also require a bit of focusing, I'm going to chalk that up to partially it being a bit busy and also it being the color scheme just like blending in with the background and also being similar to each other. And then, so that's the stomach. Now we got the head. Or should I say the face? Well, I guess it's probably the head. Oops. Where am I in the row? Okay, I think I'm like, this should be halfway, I think. Yeah, this should be halfway. And, is that right? Yes, okay. Anticlimactic, because I was unsure, but that is Sandslash. Definitely blends in a little bit, but I think overall it looks pretty good. So there we go. That is the last two-stage evolution Pokemon, at least for right now, because next time, or should I just say next, we have both Nidoran lines, and then we actually get back into 2-stage evolutions for another 4 evolutions. So, as long as everything goes according to plan, next time we will work on I think it's the Nidoran female line first, so the Nidoqueen line, and then after that will be the Nidoran male. And then hopefully we'll do 2 groups of 2 again if everything works out right and we don't have a Eradicate situation. Yeah, so it should hopefully be smooth sailing for a little bit. But now that is 28 total Pokemon done, which, like, I really feel like this is just like a big, like, a lot of progress is being made to the point where it's almost filling up an entire like screen. So I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my 9th stream doing this. And I started 10 weeks ago because I skipped 1 week. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how the Pokemon look, even Pikachu. And I will likely be able to stream next week, and I will have the exact time for that early in the week, and I will post that as I usually do as a community post. With that said, I want to thank you all for watching, whether it's from the live stream or the VOD. Lunadium, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I very much appreciated having some company while building this. And thank you for your heart emojis and your chats. And yeah, with that, thanks again, and I hope to see you again soon.